Hey guys, it's Jack Punkington, and today we're going to do the Dark Micro Terror. These things are sweet. I originally did the original Micro Terror when it first came out, so it's kind of cool to do the Dark Micro Terror, finally. So I love everything about this amp except for one thing, and that is the indication light. I don't know how well it'll show up on camera, but I actually have tape over it because it is such a bright blue light that when I'm recording it just outshines a lot of things. So I think it's interesting. So I'd put tape on it, ironically blue tape. But that's the only thing that I think is wrong with this amp. So it's a 20 watt solid state amp with a 12AX7 preamp section, so it is technically a hybrid amp. It sounds really good. Has, I believe, 2 more gain stages than the original Micro Terror, a built-in effects loop in the back, and a headphone out with cab simulation, I believe. And it's pretty cool. It's great for late night play, which is what I mainly use it for. Jams, and it's a great backup amp. It's 20 watts, so it's pretty loud. Most gigs are gonna mic up your cab anyway, so it'll work in a pinch in case your bigger amps decide to blow up. The tone knob that is normally on an amp, which is a 3-band EQ, is squeezed down to 1 knob for this particular amplifier, and I actually have the gain toned pretty far back to show kind of like the clean sounds. This amp, you can get clean tones out of it, but it's not the best. This amp is made from metal, but we're running it through my Marshall 412, through my pedal board, into the Schecter with active red line GFS pickups. None of the pedals are on, so this is just the amp. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the cleans because that's not what this amp is made for. This amp is a high gain metal monster, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you. But first, we're going to kind of demonstrate how the shape function, which is your 3-band EQ into 1 knob, how it affects the sound. I've got the gain at about noon, and same with the shape, and this is the kind of tones you get. Nice British warm gain that you get from Orange and Marshall amplifiers. So now if you roll back the shape, it gets a little darker and a little muddier. Totally see that tone be usable for a lot of sludge metal, stoner rock sound. Now if we do the exact opposite and roll it really high up, about 3/4 of the way, this is the kind of tone you get. Closer to more vintage style sounding metal, or just metal in general. Roll the gain up. Like I said, this amp is loud. Now we'll go to the absolute extreme, roll the gain all the way up, shape all the way up. gain sound. Now if you mess with the shape, you get some kind of different tones that I actually really like. If I'm going for more of a high gain, almost scoop sounding sound, I'll have the shape all the way on. Now I roll the shape back and I have it set to about 2 o'clock, and this is like the difference that you can hear when you just mess with the shape. So now it kind of has more of a vintage sounding sound. Add an overdrive pedal on top of it. Running my Tube Screamer, I just have it set that it's more of a top end boost, kind of tightens up the sound. The gains roll, or the overdrive is rolled most of the way off. The tone and volume are rolled up. Like I said, it's more of a top boost. So this is with now. You can hear how it tightens it up, adds a little more top end, takes a little of the bottom out, but it doesn't really take away from the overall sound. Now if we do that, roll the shape all the way back on. This is without an overdrive. Add an overdrive. So it's really cool. Now, this whole time I've had the volume on 2 while I've been on the gain settings. Actually, it's closer to 1.5. Turn the volume up. We'll just go up to almost 3, and this is what you get for a sound. See, the cool thing is because it's a hybrid amp, it does still have the tube. And actually, the louder you get, the more you push the tubes, the better sound you get. And that's not even on 3, that's almost 3. So this is definitely a cool backup amp. I'm gonna roll down the gain and the tone. I'm gonna put my noise gate on because I'm gonna put it at almost halfway for the volume. That is gonna be at 11 o'clock, and I'm just gonna play a little bit. But this is what it sounds like. And this is how loud it can get. That's all you're getting. Because if I get too loud, my neighbors will complain. It's a pretty cool amp. Definitely worth checking out. It's a great Christmas present for anyone looking to get something for the guitar player in their lives. The reason being, because it is such a usable amp for any real function. I use it through my 112 at about 3 a.m. I play because I'm an insomniac and I don't sleep, and I have lots of roommates and I don't want to wake any of them up. So it's cool to kind of just have it load set, or if I want, I'll turn the volume up, have headphones in, and you get some really cool tones. Definitely check these out. You can get them used between $150, excuse me, and they're worth it. Now, if you have a regular Micro Terror, I don't necessarily think it's worth buying the Dark. If you have like an overdrive pedal on that, you can get most of the tones. But if you're without one, you're looking for something more of the metal genre, check these out. They're great, and they're really worth it. I think Orange did a good job when they came out with the original and this. So, fun stuff. Jack Punkington signing out. Peace, guys.